All right. Did I turn on the microphone? Yes, I did. All right. What's up, friends? It's Harrison here, and today we're going to be doing something, or we're going to be talking about something that I've never talked about on my channel. It's something that I always thought about, and I always thought I knew 100% the answer. But now I don't know 100% the answer, and I wanted to talk about it because I'm not 100% no, I'm not 100% yes. So this topic that we're going to be discussing today is children, and do I want kids? If you would have asked me like a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, I would have said 100% yes. I want a big family, I want to have like 4 kids, and I just like can't wait to be a dad. My mindset towards being a dad and the situation that I would have been in was that before I started testosterone, I was going to harvest my I was gonna harvest my eggs. I was gonna get my eggs, like whatever, do that whole process. I was going to have my partner at the time carry my child and have a sperm donor and do all that jazz. So I've been in 2 long-term relationships that conversation has been had, and both times my partner at the time said that they would do that, and they thought that that was something that would be really good. It would be my child, but they would be carrying it, so they would feel like a certain tie to it. The closer I got to testosterone, to starting all that, I would have had to have gone through a really in-depth process before I started T. When I started to really research the nitty-gritty stuff about harvesting and like what that meant and the retention rate, like I was like, what the heck? Like that's insane. And the price? I'm not really gonna go into the nitty-gritty of all of that stuff. Like I'm not gonna talk about like exact pricing and stuff like that. If you wanna figure that out, you can go do that research on your own. But I just thought about it and I saw like there was only a certain % chance that it would be able to be fertilized. That to me, to go through a huge process of like injecting myself with hormones, having hormones in my body that I really don't want, to have even more of them, like to go through a lot of more estrogen and to have like all those different hormones in my body. And then it's not just like a simple, like you go up there with like a little thing and you just take it out. Like it's not like that. It's like you have to go through all these injections, and then you have to go through basically a surgery, and you have to be knocked out, and you have to have that all removed. And it's like, it's a process. For me, my main priority was starting testosterone, and I didn't want to delay it anymore. I was just thinking like how much more I would be delayed, months, weeks, if I went through this. I didn't think I wanted to. I didn't think I wanted to put my body through that. When I read more about that, I was like, you know what? I don't think I want to have that. That would make me so dysphoric. And I know that it would be gone in like a few weeks or a month or whatever, but like I really just didn't want to do it. And the fact that it wasn't like 100%, like I know not everything's 100%, but it wasn't like 90% or it wasn't even 80%. I was just thinking like if I went through all that and paid that much money, put my body through that, and then ultimately it didn't even work, like the eggs were dead or something, like I just like couldn't fathom that. So I didn't do it. I didn't go through that process. I'm not sure if I'll regret that later on, but right now I felt like it was the right decision. I still like being on T doesn't make you infertile. Like there's a chance that it might. There is still like people that can get pregnant when you like have been on testosterone for a while. You have to just go off it, and it's like you go off it for like 6 months and then you kind of do all that stuff. I think about that, like it would be nice to have a biological kid, but only 50% of it would be mine. And since I'm not a gay trans man, my partners would be women, I would have to have a sperm donor. And I'm not sure how I would feel with 50% of my child being from somebody that I don't know and that I'm not romantically involved with. I just don't like that idea. I don't really like that idea of like, yeah, it will be like a little bit mine, but it'll be a little bit of a stranger. And I'm not sure how I feel about that and how good that would be for my mental health. I know there's infertile men out there, infertile cis men, but for me, like, I just don't feel like a man. Like, I can't give my partner a child. I don't have sperm to give my partner. We can't make a biological child. And that makes me very, very sad. I'm not sure how I would feel about children if I was cisgendered. I probably would be more leaning towards having kids if I could have one with my partner. And I've been thinking about adoption. I've been thinking about other things like that. And I don't know how I would feel with a child that has no tie to me. I don't know. If my partner wants to have a kid, like their own biological kid, like carry a child, like I don't know how I would feel if my partner wanted to have a sperm donor. Like if like I would have zero ties to this child. I don't know, like it's just not something that I think I want to do. Obviously, like a year ago, if you would have asked me, or 2 years ago, you would have asked me, I would have been like, oh yeah, 100% I'm having kids. And maybe 2 years down the road, I might have that same answer, but right now it's not. Like right now I'm probably like 40% that I want kids. I've just been thinking about life a lot more. Like as I am progressing from hockey, I'm starting to think of like what life really means, and like moving on from just playing sport and figuring out what I want to do with my life. And I don't know if I want to devote my life to a child. Like life is so short, and I'm having like this existential crisis. Like I'm having a midlife crisis right now. I know I am. And I'm thinking about how short life is, and like you just hear about like celebrities dying, like Mac Miller and stuff. Like it's gone in the blink of an eye, and then what? Like are you reincarnated? Like do you have other things? Like is it just you're just given this one thing and it's yours? If I just get one shot, like I want it to be all about me. I don't want to split it up with children. Like maybe down the road I'll be like, okay, I need to have kids, I need to be fulfilled that way. Being a dad is something that I always thought that I wanted, and it was always something that it was like goals, you know? Like I wanted to be like David Beckham and raise a family like him, but they were his biological kids with his partner. And that's the difference. I don't know how I feel about an adopted kid. I don't know how I would feel about a sperm donor kid that I have no ties to. And I don't know if I want to go through the process of harvesting my eggs later on. Do I want to stop testosterone? Do I want to go through all that? Yeah, I think I just wanted to sit down and like tell you guys that it's something that sucks, like being trans, have to go in hormones and not being able to have a kid the way that you would want to. It sucks. It really does. But it is what it is, and you're just gonna have to figure it out. So I don't have a partner right now where we're gonna talk about that type of thing. And I'm sure like if the love of my life wanted to carry a child and have a sperm donor, then so be it. Then I would definitely like think about how my partner feels, and that would be a factor in my situation. But right now, I'm in a situation right now where I'm single, and I can think about exactly what I want, and without having the influence of a partner. And it's interesting. It's good. It's good to be single. It's good to ask yourself those types of questions before you're influenced by someone else. So I think it's important to kind of just sit down and think about how you feel about situations that will change once you're involved with somebody else. It's definitely changed now that I'm not with somebody that really wants kids, because that would definitely influence me. But now I'm thinking about things for myself. And right now I don't think that I want kids. Because the last thing I want is to have I don't know, like I would want like a chill kid. I'd want a kid like me. But what if I have like a spoiled brat, you know? Like it's kind of like the luck of the draw and what kind of kid you're gonna get. Obviously there's nature versus nurture and all that stuff, but like if you have a deep down like evil child, you're stuck with that kid for the rest of your life, you know? So it's kind of scary to think about that. But yeah, this is just what's going on with my life, and I think that this is a topic that some people do touch on, but I think that I wanted to add to the dialogue of that. But yeah, so anyways, as always, thank you so much for watching. If you want to follow along with more of my journey, feel free to subscribe. And if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you want to follow my social medias, they're down below. And I will. See you next time. Take care.